is Mikayla. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if not, welcome back. If you can't tell, I am wearing my Liberty socks. I thought it would be appropriate to film this video. I got a lot of questions about the topic of Liberty leadership on my last Q&A, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about my experience being a community group leader at Liberty University. I am going into my senior year, but I was a community group leader my sophomore and my junior year, and yeah. Well, make sure to subscribe to this channel if you are not already. I post a lot of content about Liberty, faith, friends, fun, yeah. I already made a video kind of what is Liberty leadership, and I will put a card up there for you guys to watch that video if you're not aware of like how leadership runs at Liberty, because this video is more just my experience. My freshman year, I remember within the first month or two of school, I was like, I want to be a community group leader. I just really like the idea of leadership where it's like more of a group of girls and it's kind of like a mentoring kind of, and just being like a friend, honestly, but also helping and pushing people in their relationship with God and being there for them. And I really enjoy that aspect of it, being in a community group. I met one of my good friends from being in a community group, and I just saw like so many positive things about it, and I'm glad I got the first year to be in the other side where I was like not in a leadership position because I was not ready. Also, another question I wanted to answer is like, how do you know you're ready? And I'm gonna start off with that because, to be honest, I don't think anyone ever is ready for anything, because it's like you're never really ready until you jump into it. Like, you know, are you ready to swim when you're outside the water? I mean, maybe, but like when you're in the water, that's when you have to swim. I personally just felt this calling and a lot of peace about applying for a community group leader. It was one of those things where I felt like I was at a point in my faith where I wanted to be helping people more so. I applied a lot of floors and I got accepted, and I chose Comica 2 floor 4 for my sophomore year, and sophomore year was a big year of growth for me. So being on leadership really helped just kind of with the growing, and it's more of a sense of community that you get. So you'll get a community in your community groups, but you almost get a different set of community because you also get your RSs, RAs, other fellow community group leaders. You get different perspectives, other people's faiths, and I feel like the more variety of people you meet, and it's even with like non-believers, it's like, you know, there's always something that you could learn from someone. And then I applied for a leadership position that was higher than a CGL for my junior year, and I did not get accepted, so I felt a lot of peace about just being community group leader again because I just had a great experience. Loved both my groups, obviously, and we all related in different things, but specifically my sophomore year, there was one person in my group, which I will not say, but you know who you are, where we were going through the exact same thing at the same time. Like, everything was like bam, bam, bam. It was crazy because I was not made to walk through the conflict that I was going through in my life alone at all. And as believers, we're not called to walk alone in our faith. You know, we need community. We need community. There was other girls too where I remember I would talk to some of them, and like even my experience being a community group leader and like the application process, like I was able to help other girls. So it's really interesting to see how that all works and how divinely appointed it all is and how random it is too. For me, it was very important that I was, you know, being poured into as well, because as much as you're pouring out and like you're reaching out to these girls, praying for them and stuff like that, it's like you also need to be poured into. And that's really important, and leadership at Liberty does a great job making sure like all aspects of leadership are being poured into. Liberty is just a bunch of vines that keep on growing and intertwining. It's the best way I can really describe that. Leadership at Liberty has given me opportunities and taught me a lot more than leadership positions I've had before in high school. The role as a community group leader taught me about the intentionality behind, you know, praying for your friends. It was a really good experience, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who feels like they're in a place of growth and maturity with their walk, and Liberty is the best place in the world to grow as a Christian and as a young adult. So honestly, that's really all I have to say. This is a pretty short video, but I just really wanted to share my thoughts and my experience, and literally don't have anything bad to say. It's a great time. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.